Krishna, welcome to this Data on the Move discussion. We're going to talk today about our new State of Unstructured Data Management report. This is actually the fifth report that we've published. And what really jumped out at me this year was the theme of more of everything, more data, more costs spent on storage, and then more budget being allocated for AI. So what were some of the highlights that jumped out for you? And maybe tell us a little bit about the report.
Yeah, what was interesting to me, Darren, of course, was that the average organization now is storing 5 petabytes or more, which is pretty staggering. Companies are pretty worried about the data risk in addition to, the cost of all this data. And we know that unstructured data is key for AI as well, as an organization starting to use it for AI. And so what really jumped out at me is that people are moving from planning to action. And this year, data classification was, coming up as like the top priority because people know they have to prepare their data for AI.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about that. I mean, of course, cost optimization is always a top priority, but data preparation and classification for AI, 61% said that was really, a top priority. So what are you seeing in that area? What are you seeing customers doing? What are some misconceptions around kind of AI-ready data, if you will?
Yeah, no, it's interesting because companies are pretty used to preparing structured data. They have data scientists. They do data normalization. There's a lot of talk about data quality for structured data. But if you think about unstructured data, this stuff has just been piling up everywhere, and nobody has really been paying much attention to it. And with unstructured data, it's not even about the quality of the data, it's about the noise, because I think that's really what's different. Unstructured data, it's all about, hey, you have so many versions of it. Which one's the right one? Which ones are outdated? What's conflicting, etc. So cleaning out the noise of unstructured data is really important. And it all starts with good metadata. So how can you have something that in an automated fashion gleans as much metadata as possible for you? Because at this scale, you can't manually be going and classifying data. You need automated systems to build a map of all the metadata first.
Well, you have petabytes of unstructured data in the enterprise. Is the solution to try to bring all of that data to AI or bring all the AI to that data? What are you seeing organizations do to actually unlock the potential of that data?
Yeah, and there, this is a topic that I think a lot of people have a lot of opinions on because everybody understands unstructured data has a lot of gravity. It's just way too big. It's hard to move it around, and the copies can really start adding up because if you go and take unstructured data, copy it somewhere, pre-process it, then vectorize it, then feed it to AI. By the time you're said and done, it's like 3, 4 copies of petabytes of data, and that's just untenable. And so the question is, do you bring the AI to the data? Do you take data to the AI? Do you just take a subset of the data? And the answer, I think, is it's going to be all of the above, depending on the use case. A great example is what we're seeing in healthcare. They seem to be adopting AI at a rapid pace. Some of our own customers are doing very interesting things with AI. And many times they have to use cloud-based AI LLMs, but they can't. Their data has to stay on premise, which is why things like what we're doing with the zero move ingestion for AI, where we're copying and caching a subset of the data, just the right data temporarily for AI, but leaving the data itself on premise. Those kinds of techniques, I think, are going to become way more important.
Fantastic. All right. Well, as we said, the report is now published. It's our fifth annual State of Unstructured Data Management report. Check it out at the Komprise website. And, thanks, Krishna. We look forward to reconnecting.